After episodes 1 to 3 introduced us to the world of Tal D'orei, the legend of Vox Machina continues with the Breirwood Arc as Percival the Rolo sets out to get his revenge and Vox Machina aims to clear their name from wrongdoing. So like I said last week, all my fanboying is now officially out of my system, but I will be talking about some D&D isms that were great to see on screen. The characters in this are now getting a bit more fleshing out to those that don't feel there was a whole lot of development from them in the first 3 episodes, as it was mostly vulgarity that was taking place in the first couple of episodes. Though if you have seen Critical Role of the show, you know it's just kind of their banter with each other being long-time friends. The performances in this are absolutely stunning. Taliesin Jaffe is brilliant as Percival DeRollo, and Travis Willingham gives us some great one-liners as Grog, as well as some very heartfelt moments. I particularly loved Pike and Grog's dynamic in episode 4. It was really, really well done. And if you were worried about the color palette of the show, indicating there can't really be too much horrific imagery taking place, don't worry. With the Browers confirmed to be vampires, we get a bit more into horror aspects, and there are some truly terrifying creatures that appear and some very shocking visuals. Like anyone that might think about showing this to their kids on Amazon Prime, definitely don't unless you feel like they can handle it, because it is very heavy and very dark. Episode 4 is unapologetically brutal, and I have to give the show a big thumbs up for that. We get a lot more about Percy's backstory. I learn about some people from his past and the interactions that he has with people from his past and present works really well. Though it's not just Percy that we are looking at in these 3 episodes. We get a bit more knowledge of what's happening with Keyleth and what her quest is. We get Pike having their own issues trying to connect with the Everlight, which is her deity. And the Vax and Vex dynamic is getting a few more layers added to it, which I absolutely can't wait to see develop a bit more as the show goes on. I feel like we are just focusing on the Briarwood arc for this series. I haven't seen campaign 1. As I've said, I know rough ideas and the roadmap of what happened in that campaign, but I don't exactly know how long it took in the live streams to actually get to the end of this arc. So, for all I know, it's either going to go to the end of the series, or maybe next week at the end of episode 9, it'll be the end of the Briarwood arc, and we'll get the last 3 episodes setting up the arc for season 2. Either way, I've been enjoying what I have been seeing so far. Pike and Grog are by far my favourites currently, but Percy is intimidating as all hell. And it's not all darkness and doom and gloom in these 3 episodes. There is some humour featured within this. It's a great little campfire scene that just really shows the dynamic of the long rest sequences that are present in Dungeons and Dragons games when characters are in transit between locations. That was a nice little joyous moment to see. And speaking of other D&D isms, it was nice to see the establishment of different ways magic is cast. We see a component pouch being put to some very good use. We are given confirmation that the holy symbol that Pike carries is her source of magic. And while we sort of already knew Scanlan uses his loot to channel his magic, it is given away in a funny exchange between Scanlan and the guard, where Scanlan swears that his loot is not indeed a weapon. I loved them little elements, and it was also nice to see the bag of holding, a very famous item that all D&D parties love to have. Finally, get some visual representation on the big screen. That was a good joy to watch, and there's a lot more dynamic use of Keyleth's wild shape ability as a druid that a lot of people are going to fall in love with. I can't wait to see some memes when it comes to Keyleth's animal transformations. There is quite a little cliffhanger that this episode ends on. I really felt like I was watching this series play out like a D&D campaign session. There are even a couple of moments that you could almost see the dice rolls happening. It was great to see the sort of origin of the Vox Machina versus doors joke that is prevalent throughout all of Critical Role across campaign 2 and 3. They will always talk about how doors are always messing with them. And there was a great sequence in this. You can almost see them bad rolls happening, and you can almost feel the Matt Mercer like throwing them a bone just to get them through a simple door. It is absolutely class, and it gives me some very laugh out loud moments, but it is balanced stuff by some very morbid and macabre imagery. So we'll say if you're not really into the macabre stuff, just be careful going into these episodes. But I don't think I'm going to be able to stop any critter from wanting to carry on with this series. So I can't wait to see where The Legend of Vox Machina goes. I really enjoy these characters that we are experiencing so far. At the minute, I would say that Scanlan's definitely the least developed, because at least Grog has a couple of wholesome moments with Pikes. But even with Scanlan, there are some aspects of him that are fleshed out a little bit in these 3 episodes. You would be remiss for thinking he was just the horny bard meme, and Sam Riegel just played that character very well. The book that Vaxborough covered in the previous episode, the only person that actually gives it a look and tries to translate it to clear their name is indeed Scanlan, and it's just nice to see him taking a bit of initiative and trying to figure things out. That I thought was really clever. Each character gets their own small little moment to shine, and they again just pack so much into these episodes. Hard to believe these episodes are 30 minutes each, because there is so much they pack into them, and I can't wait to see where they go next. So as of right now, I'm going to have to say that Legend of Vox Machina, as of episode 6, is currently a great cup of tea. So, how far are you into the Legend of Vox Machina? Let me know who your favourite character is down in the comments below. Coming up on the channel, I am getting back to the movie reviews. Don't even worry about that. Make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell notification so you know when those are coming. And until next time, everybody, my name is Josh. I am your movie apprentice. Catch you all later. See you in the next video.